Craig Melvin marks final month before big change at Today's Show with special time away from studios. It has been quite the eventful last few weeks for Craig Melvin, and with just weeks before Christmas rolls around, his busy schedule isn't letting up. Last month, it was officially announced that the longtime Today Show anchor would be replacing Hoda Kotb, who is leaving NBC after almost 30 years with them. And before he takes on his new gig alongside veteran host Savannah Guthrie, he jet off for a very special work assignment. On the Monday, December 9 installment of the show, Craig tuned in all the way from Paris, France to report on the highly anticipated reopening of the famed Notre Dame Cathedral, which had been under construction for 5 years since the 2019 fire that damaged much of it. Bonjour ladies, it was pretty remarkable to be there in person. I'll be honest with you, Craig started off adding, it is truly an exciting rebirth for one of the world's most famous landmarks. He continued, as you said, there were a series of events over the weekend with leaders from around the world, and that before yesterday's first public mass, we were given rare access inside this truly iconic treasure. World leaders such as, of course, French President Emmanuel Macron, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky, England's Prince William, and President-elect Donald Trump were all in attendance to commemorate the big moment. Further speaking on the faithful return for the first public mass, Craig also shared he joined the service to witness the moving moment for Catholics here and around the world. He also noted that New York's own Cardinal Timothy M. Dolan played a prominent role in the service, and speaking with Craig he said, when those bells rang, when those doors opened, you just kind of felt like you really were experiencing opening up God's family into God's house. The moment you step into the restored Notre Dame, it's hard to believe the cathedral was nearly destroyed by fire, Craig went on, adding that the gaping hole that was the roof after the fire is gone, and it's beautiful. Craig had been outside the cathedral in 2019 in the immediate aftermath of the fire, and he said it was hard to comprehend the change in 5 short years. He lastly said it's newfound glory, and they are expecting 15 million visitors in their first year. And I got to tell you, full disclosure, as you know, I'm not Catholic. I don't speak any French. I understood very few words during the first public mass yesterday. But when that 8,000 organ, when it started up at the beginning of the service, let me tell you, something right here, pointing to his heart, it was moving. Vanderpump Rules, Tom Sandoval ditches lawyer, chooses himself Vanderpump Rules alum. Tom Sandoval has ditched his lawyer and is opting to represent himself in a big court case. This comes on the heels of him losing a lot of major sources of income, and fans notice that. So, what case is he handling by himself, and how are followers reacting? Keep reading for further details. Tom Sandoval ditches lawyer in big case. It is not a good time to be Tom Sandoval. First, he and Tom Schwartz announced the closing of their restaurant bar lounge, Schwartz and Sandy's. This was a passion project and cost them an immense amount of money. His mother even invested $250,000 into the project. When it took forever to open, and there was a plethora of questions surrounding the bar, fans wondered if she would get her money back. They were more concerned about his mother than him. It did open but faced a lot of scrutiny after Sandoval happened. Greg Morris, their business partner, handled crisis control, but Vanderpump Rules was not able to film there for season 11. That was another issue the bar faced, and Greg had his own issues to contend with. Shortly after the Toms announced the closing of their beloved bar, it was announced they had lost their jobs on VPR. The show had been confirmed for season 12, but was put on an indefinite hiatus. Now, it was back, but with a whole new cast. So Sandoval lost his bar and his job, but he still had to face his ex, Rachel Leviss, in court. She accused him and his other ex, Ariana Madix, of invasion of privacy after he filmed her doing inappropriate things on FaceTime without her consent. Matthew Geragos represented Tom Sandoval, but they cut ties. He then had Varund Gorgian, but according to In Touch Weekly, Sandoval has let him go. The reality star will represent himself in court, so he is now playing the role of a lawyer. Immediately, fans called him out for being too broke to have an attorney. How the mighty have fallen. Vanderpump Rules fans saw what Tom Sandoval was doing, and they headed to a Reddit thread to discuss his decision. It was both sad and a joke. Oh, so he's broke? Imagine going from living in a $3.5 million McMansion, having a gorgeous 10-plus-year-long girlfriend/partner, having some stock, 2 restaurants/bars in LA, being on a hit show in Prime Cable, having a band and actual fans watching your shows, being a millionaire too. Nothing. Rachel ain't getting paid by this man. He'll be bankrupt before this gets to court, and there are no more EPR checks in his future. Of course, fans wish this was being filmed and felt that this could have made for amazing and interesting content for the show. Are you shocked that Tom Sandoval is representing himself, or is this who he is? Finally, do you think he has a chance of winning? Let us know in the comments below. Amanda Lauren. Amanda has been a professional freelance writer for over a decade, holding both a BA and an MA. Her passions include animals, iced coffee, gnomes, summer, music, and Vanderpump Rules.